contains the biosimilar business, announced the expansion of its strategic collaboration with Civica. Now, the partnership includes a new insulin glargine, which they will be basically distributing. It's going to be access to the affordable, high-quality insulins in the US. To discuss this and more, we have Shreehas Tambe, who is the CEO and MD of Biocon Biologics, who's joining in now. Mr. Tambe, thank you very much for joining in, and a very happy Diwali to you. It's definitely a positive for Biocon Biologics, considering that you all have this new partnership with Civica. In fact, you all have extended your partnership with Civica for insulin glargine in the private market. You haven't disclosed any financials of this particular tie-up, but give us a sense in terms of what this means for Biocon.
Thank you, first up, Ekta, for having me on your show, and happy Diwali to you and to all your viewers. Clearly, it's a very, very significant development, not just for Biocon, but a very significant development in terms of how insulins will be made available to patients in the United States. This is something that's been going on for a while. We've been working with the government of California. And if you track this, the governor in California, Governor Newsom, had actually talked about this in 2020, where he realized that Californians didn't have access to high-quality, affordable insulins. And given that Biocon has an approved biosimilar interchangeable insulin, which we've been commercializing in that country for a while, we wanted to collaborate with the government of California. And we're very proud that through the nonprofit organization Civica, we will be able to distribute the CalRx branded insulin, which is the same high quality insulin that we already sell in the United States. So a very significant development, and just tells you the power of our commercial platform that allows us to bring products through the commercial channels that we're currently doing, through closed door networks that we've done with the other hospital networks. And now you're seeing us bring product from our manufacturing directly to consumers or to pharmacies. So it just tells you that we are in a position to bring products in a more affordable manner and work on that health equity legacy that our founder, Kiran's really been very committed to.
Right, Mr. Tambe. Also just how much does the company then make from this tie-up? If you could give us any number or indication there as well.
Yeah, I think that's a very significant question. And without diving straight into how much we would make, let me just scope the opportunity for you and where this is. The insulin glargine opportunity, which we've just signed up for with the California government through the Civica partnership, is about $1.3 billion just in the United States. California is a large state. It has about 12 to 15% of demand within that over $1 billion of sales that you see. Part of it would be Medicare, part of it would be outside of it, but a very significant portion. If you see the announcement that Governor Newsom's made, these pens will be made available at $11 a piece. And now, if you look at that as a 15% of over $1 billion, you're talking about anywhere in that $150 to $200 million opportunity just in one of the 50 states. Clearly a very accretive opportunity to what we already do. We have a significant business, and this is just another way of reaching patients who need insulins.
So how does this change things for your own insulin glargine? I mean, when it comes to the pricing, when it comes to supply, how does this impact that?
It actually impacts it in a very positive way, because just as I was saying before, it just tells you the power of our commercial platform. We are able to commercialize products in whichever way that our consumers are looking for. We can commercialize it directly through consumer, like you're seeing it here in the case of Civica, which will distribute it directly through pharmacies without as a not-for-profit option. We can also do it through the commercial payers that we cover 60 odd million lives and more. So that's the other channel. We also do a direct to closed door network hospital chains who procure on insulins and give it to their patients. So that's a tremendous flexibility, I would say, that we've got that allows us to be a very significant player in the insulin space.
Okay. Well, Mr. Tambe, this agreement or this tie-up with Civica comes at a time where there's a lot of uncertainty in the US when it comes to the policies on pharmaceuticals. But maybe there is a little more clarity considering that now, the Trump administration has indicated that maybe Section 232 would be something that they are not actively considering at this point in time, and maybe tariffs on generic pharma is off the table. Do you think that Indian generic pharmaceuticals are out of the woods when it comes to this uncertainty?
I think let's talk about the certainty first for a minute, because I think there's a lot of uncertainty we talked about. The one certainty in this whole thing is that the administration in the US has been committed to making America affordable again. Now, whichever and how they do it, people can have views, but their commitment is how can we make healthcare more affordable for Americans? And that's where they've identified generics and biosimilars as the part of the solution. So we are clearly a part of the solution. We are a part of making sure that we can help the healthcare costs in whichever way. What we've done today with the California government is another proof of the pudding there right in front of everyone, where we can deliver products in an affordable manner. I think there is more clarity than before, I would say. The Section 232 investigation closing off is a good sign. I would think that the appreciation that the maintenance of not just the health of the United States, but the health of the planet is on the generics industry. And I think that appreciation is growing, which allows us to then provide products, high quality products at an affordable price to several million patients.
All right. Is Biocon impacted at all with regards to that 100% imposition of tariffs on branded products unless a company has a manufacturing presence in the US? We do understand that you do have that manufacturing facility in New Jersey, but in any way that Biocon's products or branded portfolio would probably be at risk due to this?
Actually, none at all. We have no risk with that guidance that has come through. And more importantly, like you just cited, we have an investment in Cranberry, New Jersey, which we just inaugurated. But as a group, we also have an investment in Baltimore, where we've got an investment in drug substance Biologics, which our group company Syngene has invested, where we acquired a facility recently. And then if you look at the previous announcement, Biocon Biologics has also extended its partnership, where we are manufacturing even our insulins with Civica in the United States. And many of these conversations predate the tariff discussions because they make a lot of business sense and provide a lot of predictability of supply to patients, where we have a large consumer base. So it's been predicated not only on the tariff discussions, which may be at that point in time, but more importantly, a sustainable business case, which is underwritten some of these longer-term decisions that we've made at Biocon.
All right. Well, I know you are on your silent period, so it'll be difficult to sort of discuss numbers. But if I could just extend one more question with regards to what's taking place in the US, because we do have the Biosecure Act, a watered-down version which has been passed by the Senate. In that sense, as an industry veteran and a watcher, how much of an impact do you think the Biosecure Act would have on CDMO companies or on Indian pharmaceuticals, in the context that it's a watered-down version of what it was earlier?
Yeah, I mean, without getting into the specifics of the acts, I think if you look back in time and if you see, since the mid-80s of the Hatch-Waxman Act and then subsequent to that, I think Indian generics companies have been one of the biggest allies that the US has had. A very significant portion of what the US consumes today is an Indian product. And it's a high quality product. So I would look at this whole thing, more from an exclusion standpoint. I would look at more as an inclusion standpoint, where I think India is really a natural ally of the US and continues to be committed to maintaining the health of patients in the US. So I'm actually not specifically concerned about an exclusion of certain countries or certain companies in the Biosecure Act or the watered down version, because there is enough and more that that companies can contribute to. India has a large manufacturing base, and it's moved up the value chain on the innovation front. And with companies like Biocon working on cutting edge biologics and science with a commercialization capability in several countries, I think Indian pharma is here to stay as a global presence.
Okay, Mr. Tambe, thank you so much for joining us on the show, talking to us about your business as well as in terms of what these tariff uncertainties and the outlook going forward over there as well. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let's move on and a quick